Just leave it. Yeah, you can. Rock with games in it, you can. Go.
Alright, remember one and two are to make it go. Zero's to stop. How do you know it's like looking at me?
I already did it.
Are you sure? Alright, sit down, shut up. Alrighty. Loud and clear, Sean. It's no problem at all. You're welcome. I knew what I was signing up for at the time. Well, I was only 17 when Japan attacked the islands of Hawaii, and I remember feeling so angry and so hurt. And at that age, it was a feeling I'd never experienced before. I remember begging my father to let me enlist, begging for him just to sign his name, but I knew he could have never done it. But I turned 18 in March, and on my birthday, I drove down to the recruitment center and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. I was sent to boot camp almost immediately, and 6 short weeks later, I received my orders. My company and I were being shipped off to the beautiful island of Guadalcanal. It was a tough day for everyone. Well, when we finally arrived on the Solomon Islands, Guadalcanal, oh crap, hold on. Well,
Just shut it, shut everything off when you guys leave, right?
Yeah, we will.
Make sure the doors are closed.
Well, when we finally arrived on the Solomon Island, Guadalcanal, no, I'm not gonna say Solomon Island. All right, ready? Well, when we finally arrived on Guadalcanal, we were welcomed with a stench so unbearable, almost everyone in my regiment threw up. Dead laid in big piles waiting to be shipped back to the States. Needless to say, the dead bodies stayed there for a few weeks. Well, Sean, we didn't get much help or resupplies from the States often. Most of the time, the only time we saw resupplies or U.S. ships or when there were more Marines being sent here. The U.S. was too busy with Europeans and Germany and whatnot, and they couldn't afford to help us. And to be quite frank, Sean, in Guadalcanal, if you weren't strong enough to live near the dead, then you weren't going to live in the forest. We're going to laugh when we watch that. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Read all that.
We're in commentary right now, motherfucker. I can remember getting the order straight from General Vandergrift. He told us to bunker down and stop the Japanese from retreating. It was, Sean. No one second-guessed him, and we all obeyed him without question. Wait, was that part that I just read in the film?
Yeah,
Or is it going to see my face? Because I was just going like this.
it's in the film.
Well, it says cut to film again.
Yeah, this.
Oh, maybe it'll cut to your
The
face.
second guest him. That wasn't in the film.
Oh, well, I just said that like this.
How do I go?
Here, exit, escape, and then scroll back. Put the little thing that flashes like you're gonna type right at the beginning of the sentence before I said that. Then hit the blue thing, yeah. All right. It was Sean. No one second guessed him at all, and we always obeyed him without question. Okay, so now we're in the film. Well, me and two of my buddies were set up behind enemy.
Oh,
Hey, Sean. Dumbass, fat ass. All right, let's get this.
why did you hit the thing
I hope no one watches this film. Well, me and two of my buddies were set up behind the enemy lines, and all we had was one machine gun. My buddy John was the machine gun feeder, and Dave was the gunner. I was the resupplier and the spotter. We had to set up single barbed wires around the bases of the trees.
Now we're not gonna be a problem.
Sean, I don't know what you heard, but 3 Marines could take down anything. We are the most fearless branch in the world.
Just let me know what you want to do, son. Go into thumbnail.
Well, after about 3 hours of sitting there, always watching, Dave never taking his finger off the trigger, we heard a bristling and saw a Jap stumble out of the jungle after tripping over the barbed wire. Dave lit him up. He pulled the trigger and he did not stop firing. But about after taking out about 10 Japs. It's good English, Joe. All right, ready? Sean!
You gotta do this 'cause it's gonna be a long one.
Dude, I hope no one watches this film tomorrow. You're gonna see me going like. Ready? And I know I look like James Holmes. Shut up. Well, after about 3 hours of sitting there, always watching, Dave never taking his finger off the trigger, we heard a bristling and saw a Jap stumble out of the jungle after tripping over the barbed wire. And Dave lit him up. He pulled the trigger and he did not stop firing. But about after 10 of the Japs. All right, stop. We can just add this part right here. Ready? I'm gonna start at but about. But after about 10 Japs.
It's gonna sound different.
No, it's not. There's gonna be music. They're not gonna care. Ready? But after about taking out 10 Japs, they caught on to our position and one of the Japs sniped. Oh, fuck me. Ready? But after, I can't read your goddamn handwriting. All right. But after taking out about 10 Japs, right? But after taking out about 10 Japs, they finally caught on to our position and one of the Japs sniped Dave. He had his finger on the trigger so long that it froze to it. After he died, he still shot off about another 200 something rounds. Without hesitation, I took over the gun. My buddy John and I did some damage. Unfortunately, while he was feeding my gun, his hand was shot off by another. Go back up to the beginning of that sentence. Dude, you suck at typing.
Ow!
'Cause do you want to export this today and get it into the film?
Sure, alright.
Just go to, keep going, I'll tell you where to stop. Come on, hit 2.
I did.
Hit 3. And 4 or 5, they just keep making it go faster. Double tap 0 and I'll do what you did before. Stop. All right, ready? My buddy John and I did some damage, but unfortunately while he was feeding his... dude, you suck. My buddy John and I did some damage, unfortunately. God damn it. My buddy John and I did some damage, but unfortunately while he was feeding my gun with his hand... Do you ever hear of a comma? Are you kidding me? You're so fat. All right, just scroll up a little bit. I can't even read it.
Why? It's right here.
Put it up. There's a little box, Sean. I can't see it. What are you doing? I just meant to scroll up a little bit.
Ow!
Oh my God.
Go!
You suck! My buddy John, shut the fuck up. My buddy John and I did some damage, but unfortunately while he was feeding the gun, his hand was shot off by a freaking Jap. With anger and fear blinding. Sean, I can't read, there's a box. You have to keep it up high. Ready? With anger and fear blinding me, I relentlessly sprayed lead into every Jap that stepped out of that jungle. Because of this, I had failed to notice the grenade that landed at the base of our bunker. Fortunately, I was only hit with bits of shrapnel in the head. With blood dripping down my face, I killed every last one of the Japs. I want to reread that part. Right, stop. Stop, no. Don't touch anything. With blood dripping down my face, I killed every last one of the Japanese. Alright, now keep going.
Now this is in the film.
Shut up, keep going. I had to do it. Oh, fuck, stop! I had to do it. I had to avenge Dave, and I couldn't let John. I had to do it. I had to avenge Dave, and I couldn't let John be stranded and be taken in by the Japanese. And Sean, I think about that moment every damn day. Sometimes before I go to sleep and right after I wake up, I just sit there and think to myself, what if I had pointed out that sniper? Would Sean be as fat as he is today? We don't know. I stuttered. Go back up, just a smidge. Hit escape. Hurry up, this video is gonna be like 8 minutes long.
It's gonna be your fault. Go.
And Sean, I'm just gonna restart. I had to do it. I had to avenge Dave, and I couldn't let John be stranded and be taken in by the Japanese. I think about that moment every damn day when I wake up and when I go to sleep. I sometimes just sit and think, what if I had just pointed out that sniper? What if we failed and got captured or killed? These questions haunt me every day of my life. We're done. Fuck this film.